I do now, right? So you're not even talking. Okay, we need to talk. And we are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate. That's what one thing we do in Fort Bend County Judge's Office after we came into office, and especially some of our veteran elected members are here. You know it, Constable, you know it. We started celebrating everything happening in Fort Bend County, our diversity, our main events happening, African American Heritage Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Juneteenth, of course, Islamic Art Festival, Ramadan, and Diwali. And as a matter of fact, we are going to be doing our Chinese Lunar New Year this year. That's going to be a big event celebrating that culture and values and all that stuff. Because simple reason is, that when we learn more about people who doesn't look like you or talk like you or act like you, learn more about them. We all know that we find more in common than differences. Everyone sitting in this room have so much more in common than differences. And so only thing we need to keep an open mind. And that's what it is. And so we started celebrating because we are the most ethnically diverse county pretty much in the country, ethnically diverse. And so it is important we celebrate our diversity. It is important we celebrate what is going on or what the history and people, what they have done to make our community a better place. There are so many times, many people get recognized for what they do, but many, many times there was unsung heroes out there. And they just do things behind the scene. They just do a lot of things, volunteering and taking care of the community because that they care about the community and they wanted to give back. And it is our staff, intentionally go and find those people so that we could celebrate them. Because it is important to share the stories, good actions. And that's what we are trying to do. And thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time to visit with us this afternoon. And like I said, all these people we will be recognizing today, their dedication, passion, tireless effort to have enriched lives and empowering the community. And because of you, many of you here, because of you, this county is a better place today. And of course, we are moving forward. And I just want to recognize a couple of elected officials, Judge Heppard, and thank you, and our Constable Smith. Do we have any council members? Any other elected members? Okay. Thank you for being here. More importantly, you are all community leaders and center of influences. Thank you for being here. And once again, appreciate it. This is something we started doing more in 2024 to celebrate our community on a regular basis so that we could tell your story, so that others get inspired and they wanted to do more to make our community a better place. And at this time, I will invite Shanika Smith, my Chief of Staff, to take it from here. Shanika?
Good afternoon. Thank you, Judge. I am here to read the proclamation for the Fort Bend County District Attorney's Human Trafficking Community Awareness Team. From the Office of the County Judge, Fort Bend County, Texas, the proclamation reads as such. Whereas, more than 20 years ago, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000, TVPA, enshrined the United States' commitment to combating human trafficking domestically and internationally. Human trafficking is a reprehensible violation of human rights, causing untold suffering, robbing individuals of their freedom, and undermining the principles of equality, justice, and human dignity. And whereas Fort Bend County is committed to eradication of human trafficking and employing strategies that includes raising public awareness and training personnel to recognize and respond to trafficking, supporting victims, and holding perpetrators accountable. And whereas National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month offers a crucial opportunity for our community to engage in education and advocacy, supporting organizations, and provide vital assistance to victims and raising awareness about this global issue. And whereas the Fort Bend County District Attorney's Human Trafficking Community Awareness Team exemplifies commitment through their dedicated efforts to combat human trafficking and their initiative to introduce the Texas Human Trafficking Blue Sand Bank as a symbol of our ongoing support for victims and survivors. Now, therefore, be it resolved that our judge, K.P. George of Fort Bend County, do hereby recognize on this day, the 31st of January 2024, as Fort Bend County District Attorney's Human Trafficking Community Awareness Team in Fort Bend County, Texas, during the National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. It is sealed and signed by our judge, K.P. George. I will now like to have the District Attorney's Office please come up with the Blue Sand Bank that they would like to present to Judge. Please come up, Judge. Do you want to take another one just without the?
Okay, yeah. Anybody want to take a picture? That's okay.
At this time, would you like to make any remarks?
Good evening, or good afternoon, everybody. It's not lost on the District Attorney's Office what a proclamation like this means. As somebody who grew up just 9 minutes from where I'm standing today, this really has an impact. It means through doing this proclamation that we have identified and we will hold to our core values what human trafficking actually does to the victims of this crime. It's been a long time coming that we have recognition. It makes me personally proud to work alongside individuals like Ms. Ashley Harkness and Christy Gutierrez, who are both parts of the Fort Bend County Community Awareness Team. It makes me proud to work for elected officials like Brian Middleton, who has made it a commitment to go after people who victimize some of our most vulnerable in the community. And as a community in Fort Bend, we should all be proud that we have dedicated elected officials who will make a proclamation just like this to call out exactly what trafficking is and continue to fight day in and day out. I'll leave with this, though. The work is not done. Regardless of the partnerships that we have with our great men and women of law enforcement at the Human Trafficking Rescue Alliance, I put this out to the community at large, that this community awareness team is for you all. It's for us to say something when we see something and to speak up against human trafficking when we believe it's occurring in our county. Because Fort Bend County is closing the doors on anyone who wants to victimize individuals here. And that starts now. Thank you, Judge, and I appreciate all of you for being here.
Add something to that because District Attorney Brian Middleton is a good friend of mine, and when we came into office, we started this conversation. And I had, times when I sat down with at least a couple of mothers who got their children trafficked. It's heartbreaking, being a father of two girls and a boy, and it is heartbreaking. the story, what I heard, heartbreaking. And so, and I'm glad we have a district attorney. He decided to take action. We have law enforcement supporting that. And Fort Bend is because of these people, their action and fearless action. This is not an easy thing. I had briefing from a couple of times from FBI and people like that. And so I am not a law enforcement person. I don't get this kind of briefing all the time. So when you hear that, I always picture my children in that situation. It's horrible. And thank you, sir, the men and women in uniform. Thank you, your leadership, and of course, Fort Bend County District Attorney Brian Middleton. Definitely, I wanted to commend for his great lead in this effort. Thank you. At this time, I will invite Ryan Densmore, our communication person, to come up and the next proclamation, right?
Good evening. I will be reading the next proclamation here from the Office of the County Judge, Fort Bend County. Whereas Aisha Krista Atkinson of Richmond has been distinguished as the 2023 Texas Mother of the Year in honor of her significant merit and historical importance of being the 71st woman of Texas to receive this prestigious recognition, and whereas Aisha Atkinson is an exemplary member of the Fort Bend County community and dedicated teacher of English language arts in the Stafford Municipal School District, and passionately advocating for and leading with the focus of inclusivity, representation of multilingual and neurodivergent leaders, and whereas her commitment extends beyond her professional duties as instructional coach, as evident by her roles in various educational and community organizations, including her participation in the Texas Council for Teachers of English Language Arts 2022 to 2024 Rising Leader Cohort, chairing the Special Education Parent Advisory Committee for Fort Bend Independent School District, and contributing notable education platforms. And whereas Ms. Atkinson's dedication to her family, her profound community service, and her philanthropic efforts exemplify the ideals and values cherished in Fort Bend County and the state of Texas, and now therefore be it resolved, I, KP George, Fort Bend County Judge, do hereby recognize Ms. Atkinson on the 31st of January 2024 in Fort Bend County for her outstanding dedication to education, advocacy for inclusion, and remarkable contributions for her professionalism and community.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I wish to express the deepest amount of gratitude to our Honorable Judge, KP George, as well as his office staff for granting this honor to me as the 71st woman to be named Mother of the Year for the great state of Texas. This moment is not only one that rekindles a sense of pride in the pages of my story as a mother, an educator, and leader within our community, but also serves as an important reminder to give thanks to all who have played a critical role in nurturing, challenging, and educating me to be the best mother I can be for my son, Aries. To all of those who are here today, both in presence and in spirit, I thank you from the depths of my heart for being there for me and my son every time that I lost hope, when I wanted to give up, when I just couldn't seem to find a means to keep Aisha moving forward. The lesson I have learned from each and every one of you is that we are nothing without our community, the people who surround us with love and light during the ups and downs of life. To my community of family, doctors, therapists, educators, and friends, thank you for investing in the person who is standing here today. Most importantly, to my precious son, Aries Rain Williams, the professor, as your great-great-aunt Doris often called you. You are and always will be the greatest teacher I will ever have. Thank you for showing me time and time again, whether it was through your 150-day journey in the NICU of Children's Memorial Hermann Hospital, or your beautiful smile after every emergency brain surgery, that I have not a single excuse in this world to be unhappy or unsuccessful. For it is through you that I have learned that I can accomplish anything so long as I keep fighting for it. As the 72nd Texas Mother of the Year, Raquel Akavan of Austin, embarks on her term in a few short months, I wish to leverage this opportunity to shine a light on the following statistic. In 2021, the Center for Disease Control updated its estimations on autism by sharing that 1 in every 44 children in the United States has been identified as having autism spectrum disorder. In the best case scenario, this statistic suggests that for every 2 classrooms within a PK through 16 school or university, 1 student will identify as an autist. Although the outcomes for each child varies from case to case, as a mother and as an instructional leader, I continue to see daily just how important it is for us as a community to lean on our unique blend of strengths, talents, and innovations of each other, to create and sustain local supports that will give children like Aries optimal opportunities to grow into the best versions of themselves. Adults who are able to share their strengths, talents, and innovations back into the communities they reside in. Of particular concern for me and for other families like my own are the potential challenges that arise during encounters with emergency responders when autists who are nonverbal in communication, like my son, and intellectually disabled, like my son, cannot self-advocate or even comprehend when someone is trying to help them. My friend and autism champion, Jamil Owens, often says, when and only when you have an opportunity to serve others personally and professionally, it is then at that moment you live. As the 2023 Texas Mother of the Year, I wish to publicly commit my life to moving Fort Bend forward on this matter in any way that I can. And I implore every person in this room to hear the words of this mother and help ensure that our incredible county remains first in the state for the inclusion and support of those living with or personally impacted by autism. And again, I thank you for this honor. All right.
I definitely wanted to add there, we are nothing without our wonderful teachers. We are nothing. If we cannot educate our children, we are nothing. Many times I think about it, how do we put a price tag on what you do? And of course, my wife is an educator, and also I know that you are not doing this for money. And that's another thing. How do I know I'm married to her, right? So we have a joint account too, so we know how much coming into that account. So what you do is commendable, because building the future, building our future and our children, and thank you for what you do. And I was a school board member, and I saw that couple of, you're elected members, and I asked you to be recognized. You're elected members, and please stand, our school board members, please. Yes, sir. Who? Anybody else? Yeah, because you know why I appreciate our school board members a lot? Because you know how much they make, right? Yeah. How do I know it? I was a school board member. So that is pure volunteering, because you care about the community. And at this time, thank you, and thank you for what you do, and I appreciate it. At this time, I will ask Tammy Frazier, please come forward.
That's right. From the Office of Fort Bend County Judge K.P. George, whereas International Holocaust Remembrance Day is a solemn observance commemorating the 6 million Jewish families and millions of other victims of Nazism during the Holocaust. This day serves as a poignant reminder of the atrocities committed and the importance of educating future generations. And whereas January 27th marks the anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau, the largest Nazi death camp, and is a symbol of our commitment to never forget the lessons of history. And whereas the Holocaust was a time of unimaginable tragedy and inhumanity, its memory stands as a stark warning against racism, intolerance, and prejudice. And whereas on this day, we honor not only those who perished, but also the survivors, liberators, and righteous among nations who demonstrated extraordinary courage and humanity in the face of evil. And whereas it is essential to recognize the enduring impact of the Holocaust by remembering the victims, honoring the survivors, and ensuring that such a tragedy never happens again. And now, therefore, be it resolved that KP George, Fort Bend County Judge of Fort Bend County, Texas, does hereby recognize on this 31st day of January 2024, International Holocaust Remembrance Day in Fort Bend County, Texas, and call upon Congregation Beth El to continue to promote, educate awareness, and tolerance to prevent future acts of genocide. Thank you. We have Judge come up.
Thank you so much for this profound honor. Our congregation, Congregation Beth El, has been a part of the Fort Bend community for over 40 years, and Jewish people in Fort Bend County have been involved for much longer than that. And case in point is Kay Danziger, whom you applauded earlier, rightfully so. We like to say in the Jewish community about the Holocaust, never again. And our congregation is participating in a program from the ADL called Kulanu, which aims to increase awareness of anti-Semitism and to combat it as well. In the past few years, there's been an uptick in anti-Semitism as well as other hate in our country. So we say as a Jewish community now, never again is now. Thank you so much. I promised my husband I would wear a mask. Hold on.
As we conclude today's event, let me express our deepest gratitude and admiration for your unwavering commitment to contribute and make our community a better place. May this recognition bestowed upon you today inspire others. That's the reason why I was listening to Oprah. She said, your story need to be told. Your story need to be told. Why? Because others need to know how you contributed, how you made this community better. See, especially I just wanted to say this, growing up on the other side of the world, I never even knew about volunteering, the power of volunteering and doing those kind of stuff. I never even knew. Today, we have a leadership program, we have our interns and all that stuff. Young people come here and I always say, if you wanted to know who you are, go volunteer. Go volunteer. That's the only way you're going to know who you are, what you wanted to do in this world, why you are here. Why you're here. So thank you and your contribution. And Fort Bend is so blessed. And especially in the middle of COVID, like last maybe 3-4 years, I have seen people coming out and helping and taking care of the people around, their neighbors and friends and all those people. So we are a very blessed community. And I tell you that, very honored to be part of Fort Bend. And we are one of the safest community and we are one of the well-to-do community. We are absolutely one of the fastest growing. Because of that reason, we are attracting more people. They're coming here and calling Fort Bend home. And so I appreciate each and every one of your contribution to make our community better because of you, and I repeat, I said this before, because of you, Fort Bend County is a better place. Because of you, Fort Bend County is a better place. And we will continue to celebrate. We will continue to tell our stories and our community leaders and their stories. And let's continue to celebrate. Let's continue to make this county a better place, not just for us, our children, and generations to come. Thank you.
We will be able to take any of the pictures you'd like to take now, but this does conclude the program.